This meeting is called to order in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act. The meeting was included in a list of meeting dates sent to the Home News Tribune, the Star Ledger, and the Highland Park Planet on January 8th, 2015, and was posted in the bulletin board of Borough Hall, 221 South Fifth Avenue, on January 8th, 2015, and has remained continuously posted as required by law. Fire exits are to my left and to my right. When you come up to speak, please speak into the microphones. Assistive listening devices are available. Diane Ray, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May I have a roll call, please?
Mayor Brill-Mittler,
Here.
Councilman Erickson, Councilman Fine,
Here.
Councilwoman Foster Dublin, Councilman George,
Here.
Councilman Potts,
Here.
Councilwoman Welkowitz,
Here.
Borough Attorney,
Here.
Borough Administrator.
Here.
Okay. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of the regular and conference meetings held October 1st, 2015 and October 20th, 2015 as distributed?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. As I've said several times before, one of the greatest pleasures I have is when I get to acknowledge someone who has made so many contributions to the Borough of Highland Park. And just yesterday was the final day of Diane Ray's employment at the Borough. She just retired, although retirement is not quite the word I would call what she's going to be doing. And so I'd like to read to you a proclamation from us and from my office to Ms. Diane Ray. Whereas Diane Ray was hired full-time on September 18th, 1989 as a code enforcement officer, housing inspector for the Borough of Highland Park, and whereas Diane Ray went on to become a master code enforcement officer, housing inspector, and also served as the borough's fire official, and whereas Diane Ray also served as the clerk to the Board of Adjustment and the Planning Board from 2005 through the present, she also served as the secretary to the Redevelopment Agency, and whereas Diane Ray was presented with the John Flaherty Fire Inspector of the Year Award in 2004, served on the executive board of the Middlesex County Fire Prevention and Protection Association, was a member of the New Jersey State Fire Safety Commission Codes Advisory Council, and was a member of the Fire Service Women of New Jersey. And whereas Diane Ray was appointed to the Highland Park Housing Authority on September 16, 2008, and currently serves as the chairperson, and whereas Diane Ray has always performed her many and varied duties professionally and competently, with dedication and compassion, and whereas Diane's presence will be very much missed in Borough Hall by the many people who have worked with her over the years, and whereas the Borough and residents of Highland Park wish Diane happiness for many years to come with her husband Steve, their children Carla and Ariana, and their grandchild, which I'm very jealous of. Now, therefore, I, Gail Brill-Mittler, Mayor of the Borough of Highland Park, do hereby proclaim Diane Ray, devoted employee and true friend of Highland Park. And on behalf of the residents and staff of Highland Park, I do hereby commend Diane for her dedication to Highland Park and congratulate her on her well-deserved retirement.
I thought about this when I found out this was coming, and I think I would like to say that that Evelyn is here. Evelyn hired me all those many years ago, and Ari and Steve are here. Thank you all. It's been a real pleasure working for the borough, for me, and I'm part of a link. I think I'm the link between Rini Dwork and Ashton. So we have, there are people here who don't know who Rini Dwork is, and there are people who don't know who Ashton is, and they are both incredible volunteers and public servants, and it's really nice to be part of that kind of a history and future at the same time. So thank you all. It has been a pleasure. It has been a labor of love. I've said that before, and thanks.
Thank you. Okay, let's move on to council reports. Councilman Fine.
I do not have a report this evening. Thank you.
Okay. Councilman George.
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have any specific reports as opposed to last month. We're still moving forward with the final amendments to the redevelopment ordinance, which hopefully will be in your hands in January. There is a upcoming redevelopment agency meeting, and again, I remind you all to come out and see planning board, zoning board, and redevelopment agency meetings so that you can see what's going on in town and the real nuts and bolts of what people are proposing and what people are getting approved. I would just like to mention, just briefly, to congratulate Ms. Ray, whom I've known from my municipal prosecutor days, when we used to have some real Mary Donnybrooks trying some of the health and housing violations together, and conspiring on how we could try and make things a little bit better using the only engineering tools we had in municipal court. It's been my pleasure to serve in that capacity as well as a councilman during your term.
Thank you. Councilman Potts.
Thank you, Mayor. Just wanted to announce two different events. First is a Highland Park Community Chorus concert with their winter concert, which will be held on Saturday, December 12th. That'll be at 8 o'clock, and that's going to be held at the Reformed Church here in Highland Park on South 2nd Avenue. And then the other item is our annual holiday party that we have every year. This year, of course, it's going to be on Christmas Day, as it's been every year, which will be Friday, December 25th. That's from 1 to 3 p.m. And if anyone's interested, they do ask that you RSVP by Wednesday, December 23rd, just so they have an idea of who's coming. For holiday donations or reservations or any chances that anyone would like to volunteer, please contact our Department of Community Services, and that number is 732-819-0052. Thank you.
Thank you. Council President Welkowitz.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd also like to congratulate Diane for these many years and for earning her retirement. I've had the great pleasure of working with you, not only more recently from you being downstairs and in the zoning area, but also on the housing authority. And thank you for everything you've done for our town. And I know that you will continue to, so I appreciate it. And it's a joy to call you my neighbor, because you are right around the corner. And my kids want to walk your dog. Just a couple things. We've completed the repaving of the Senior Youth Center parking lots, and I believe these up here also. So very pleased with that. We're working. We're trying to make things better for everybody. The lighted crosswalk here on South 5th is presently being installed. And an update on Mansfield and Redcliffe, two streets that need repair, is occurring right now. A quick update: the contractor has milled Redcliffe yesterday and has canceled paving operations today due to the inclement weather. They will most likely cancel tomorrow as well. They're estimating paving operations to resume on Thursday, December 3rd on Redcliffe, with Mansfield to follow thereafter with milling and paving, which makes it into early next week. Just one other thing. 2 weeks ago, we were all at the annual New Jersey League of Municipalities, and I worked with the mayor. Yes, got it right here. At council, we approved several resolutions that we presented to the league, and I'm just so thrilled with this. The league allows us to present resolutions. The league is a member organization of a few hundred towns in New Jersey, and they give us the opportunity to submit resolutions, which then they take on, and it helps us. It helps us, carry forward on some of the important things that we're working on here in Highland Park. And we submitted 6 resolutions. They picked up 5 out of a total of 16 resolutions. They took on 5 from Highland Park, and I'm so thrilled with this. They are regarding efforts to develop municipal microgrids, health benefits contributions, calling for restoration of energy receipts funding to municipalities, regarding the siting and construction of interstate oil pipelines, and a resolution supporting the equity for charter schools and public schools funding. So I'm really thrilled about that. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Borough Administrator, do you have
No report, Mayor.
Okay. Borough Attorney, do you have a report?
No report, Mayor.
All right, before I give my report, I'm going to ask the chief to come up and talk to us about something that our CERT team just received.
Thank you, Mayor. As you may recall, on July 22nd this year, North Brunswick had a large fire, and they called for mutual aid, and our volunteer fire department and our newly formed CERT team, that's the Civilian Emergency Response Team, which is under our OEM division, responded and assisted with the fire. And in appreciation, I have 2 letters. I'll read one. They're relatively similar ones from their fire chief, and one is from their mayor. The mayor sent this specifically to Joe Lara and Jim Polis, who command our CERT team. And he says, on behalf of the residents of North Brunswick Township and our emergency services, I'm writing to express a profound appreciation to your organization for coming to our aid during the largest fire in our township history. The support North Brunswick received from so many emergency service personnel was truly remarkable. There are no words that will adequately express our thanks to you for all of your assistance. To have witnessed the professionalism, dedication, and coordination of so many first responders in one location was amazing. Was an amazing inspiration to all of us. North Brunswick Township is truly grateful. Thank you. Signed, very truly yours, Francis M. Womack III. He is the mayor of North Brunswick Township. Incidentally, that fire burned for 5 days, so they had emergency personnel out there a long time. And in appreciation, they sent our CERT team a beautiful plaque that I wanted to show. On it, it says they used 960 firefighters, 237 pieces of apparatus, and over 10 million gallons of water was used on the fire. So this is from North Brunswick thanking us. I thought it was nice to show everyone.
Thank you, Chief. And also, just to clarify, our CERT team is a group of citizen volunteers, and they were just put into action and certified this year in 2015, and we're immensely proud of and how they represent the borough. Thanks again, Chief. Okay, for my report, as Councilwoman Welkowitz mentioned, we were down at the League of Municipalities, and it's actually more than a few hundred municipalities. It's over 500 municipalities that participate in the league. All the hard work that you put into these with me, it really shows in the appreciation of the people at the municipality and accepting your thoughts and recommendations.
Thank you.
What I'd also like to say is we were recognized once again this year with an Innovation in Governance Award. You may recall that last year we shared first prize with Princeton for our Park Partners program, And this year, we were recognized not only by the League of Municipalities, but also by the National League of Cities for our police community programs, our youth officer, and the program that our PBA instituted for giving quote-unquote tickets, which are really coupons for ice cream or pizza to our children who are seen wearing helmets when skateboarding or riding bicycles. So Chief, I'm happy to give you one of these and share with our police department. And please forward to them our immense appreciation for all the work they do for us. Okay, any public discussion? Okay, seeing none. Clerk, would you report on advertising a capital ordinance for a generator for consideration of passage on final reading by title?
Capital ordinance providing for the acquisition of a generator for the Senior Youth Center in the Borough of Highland Park, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, appropriating $132,800, has been duly advertised for consideration and passage on final reading by title, and affidavits of publication are on file. The ordinance was posted and made available for public inspection as required by law.
May I have a motion to take up the ordinance on final reading by title?
Motion to adopt?
Second.
Okay. Any public comment? Seeing none. May I have a resolution to adopt or reject and advertise the ordinance on final reading by title?
So moved?
Second.
Motion to adopt or reject?
Councilman Fine?
Yes.
Councilman George?
Yes.
Councilman Potts?
Yes.
Councilwoman Welkowitz?
Yes.
Okay. Clerk, would you report on advertising the bond ordinance demolition teen center for consideration of passage on final reading by title?
This is bond ordinance amending and supplementing ordinance 15-1881 that was finally adopted by the borough on February 17, 2015, and then subsequently amended by ordinance 15-1894 on October 1st, 2015, providing for a change in the description to finance the cost of $1,860,000 to expand the purpose to include the demolition of existing structure and the construction of a teen center. It's been duly advertised for consideration of passage on final reading by title, and affidavit of publications are on file. The ordinance was posted and made available for public inspection as required by law. Skipped. Read all that, I'll be sick.
So,
That's right.
okay, so let me have a motion to take up the ordinance on final reading by title.
So moved?
Second.
Okay, do we have council discussion? Can we discuss it for a minute?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So I'm unclear on the way it was presented. It doesn't sound like the ordinance we were talking about.
No, can I interject?
Yeah.
I wanted to ask permission to interject.
You can interject.
Thank you. I think the confusion is because the original, the ordinance we are amending was for $1.8 million. What we are asking is to change the description of the ordinance for $200,000 of that $1.8 million
Okay.
to be for this, not the whole $1.8 million for this teen center.
Okay.
It's just the
that's what-
2,000, and that's just how
that's-
she has to read it, because the original ordinance was at the 1.8.
Okay, but we're only talking about 200,000.
That's all we're talking about, yes.
Okay.
And each time we
Thank you. I just
change
want-
something, no, you're not spending 1.8.
Okay, I just wanted to
But
clarify
unfortunately,
that.
the way that they write it
Because that would have
is
been
not,
quite a,
it's not the way I have to read it.
okay,
it's just-
thank you.
That would have been
Yeah.
a police station teen center.
Okay, any public comment? Okay, seeing none, may I have a resolution to adopt or reject and advertise the ordinance on final reading by title?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Okay. Councilman Fine,
Yes.
Councilman George?
Yes.
Councilman Potts?
Yes.
Councilwoman Welkowitz?
Yes.
Thank you. Confused myself.
Clerk, can you report on the introduction of handicap parking ordinance amendment for consideration of passage on first reading by title?
An ordinance amending on-street parking regulations for residences occupied by handicapped persons and amending the code of the Borough of Highland Park has been introduced in writing by the Public Safety Committee for consideration of passage on first reading by title. It's a tongue twister. I can't talk today. I'm having trouble.
Okay. May I have a motion to adopt or reject and advertise the ordinance on first reading by title?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Councilman Fine.
Yes.
Councilman George.
Yes.
Councilman Potts.
Yes.
Councilwoman Welkowitz.
Yes.
Okay. May I have a motion to adopt the following items? Resolution to approve final payout to Code Enforcement Director Scott Luthman. Resolution to approve the bills list. Resolution to approve purchase of tire machine. Resolution to approve payout of medical insurance waiver. Resolution authorizing American Fidelity Assurance Company to administer flexible spending account program. Resolution authorizing execution of home improvement program agreement. Resolution to credit water and sewer account Middlesex County Parks Department, Johnson Park. Resolution authorizing refund of overpayment of taxes, Verizon. Resolution to authorize submission of strategic plan for Municipal Alliance grant for fiscal year 2017. Resolution to approve pay estimate number 3 and final closeout change order, improvements to Valentine Street, Phase 1, Jad's Construction Company. Professional Service Resolution CME Associates 2015 NJDOT Trust Fund Grant Improvements. Resolution to execute Information and Assistance Program Grant. Resolution to credit water and sewer account 27 Brookdale Court. Resolution to execute amended water contract for 2016. Resolution for Professional Services Resolution Appraiser 235 South 10th Avenue. May I have a motion to adopt or reject?
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Fine.
Yes.
Councilman George.
Yes.
Councilman Potts.
Yes.
Councilwoman Welkowitz.
Yes.
Clerk, would you report on the election of the volunteer firefighter?
I received notification from the Highland Park Volunteer Fire Department of the election of Matthew Flower as a Highland Park volunteer firefighter.
May I have a motion to confirm?
Motion to confirm.
Roll call, please. Oh, did I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Motion to confirm?
You did that.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Fine.
Yes.
Councilman George.
Yes.
Councilman Potts.
Yes.
Councilwoman Welkowitz.
Yes.
I'm rubbing off on you. So.
Yes, you are. Can you move further away? I am appointing the following. We've created a new digital data government task force, and based on the success we had, which I'll talk about in a moment, of our capital improvements and infrastructure task force, I'm hoping that this task force will also help bring us further along into the 21st century. The Digital Data Government Task Force will work with the municipal government to help us digitize many of our files and make us a little bit more precise and up-to-date in terms of our reporting and data entry, and I'm very excited about this. I'm appointing Matt Hale as the chairperson, Susan Welkowitz, Kathleen Kovach, Joan Hullings, and Shane Santalucia as members of this task force. May I have a motion to confirm?
Motion to confirm.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Fine.
Yes.
Councilman George.
Yes.
Councilman Potts.
Yes.
Councilwoman Welkowitz.
Yes.
All right. Any public discussion? Seeing none, may I have a motion to adjourn to conference?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Meeting is adjourned.